Hi everyone, it's me again. I'm Lena and I'm from the Healthcare Landscape Group. In this video, I'll be talking about my D1, which is my progress week 85. Now in this video, I'll be talking about the 5 main parts that I have in my detailed plan. The first part is what have I learned, followed by that is the second part, which is the goals that I set for myself this week. Next is what have I improved, and the discussion in the meeting, and last but not least, the works for next week. So let's get started on my first part. Well, my first part is what have I learned. Last week we covered about the Bowen matrix, and we reviewed a bit about the IELTS writing task 1, which we analyzed the chart, the table that I gave out in the group, and made an IELTS writing task 1 about it, which is the DE3. Next, we talked about the Bowen matrix in the main video and the D2 as well, in which we talked about and went over the components of the Bowen matrix, its functions, both specifically and generally, as well as what is it, so its definition. So that is what I have learned the last week, which is week 84. Next is the goals that I set for myself this week based on the challenges that I have last week. So firstly, I need to become prepared. I need to be better prepared when coming to the meeting because I haven't made a presentation nor have I made a proper meeting plan. So I need to become better prepared when coming to the meeting. So that is my first goal. My second goal is apply advanced vocabulary, a variety of sentence structures in my writing task 2. So that is my DE2. Next is sending in the DE1 early because I haven't sent in the DE1 on the day of the meeting, but actually after the day of the meeting. So I need to send in my DE1 early. Next is the improvements that I have made, or what have I improved, the goals that I've made for myself, and what have I improved last week. Well, I have improved one goal last week, which is following the schedule. So I followed my schedule and made all my works on time and sent it in as well. So another improvement that I have made is sending in the feedback and the instruction on time as well. So those are the improvements that I have made. Next is the fourth part, which is the discussion in a meeting. Well, we discussed about 3 main parts as usual in a meeting, which is our self-reflection, or otherwise known as our works, the DE3, which is the math in healthcare, and our main work. So firstly, for the improvement, self-reflection, or the work part, we talked about our goals and the improvements that we have made, just basically the self-reflection that we have over the last week. Next is the DE3, which we talk about the IELTS writing task 1, analyzing a table that I have given out again for the DE3. And lastly, we went over the presentation. We went over the main work, which we gave a presentation on the Bowen matrix. So those are the discussion that me and Kennedy and I have in the meeting. So last but not least, the works for next week. Well, the works for next week include 4 main parts as usual. Typically, we'll have 4 main works, which is the D2, D1, D2, D3, and the main work. So the D1 is this video, which is the progress week 85. Next is the D2, which is the compact versus the spongy bone, where we will need to talk about the components of the compact versus spongy bone, differences between those two, the components of it, the functions, and basically I have said it in the instruction as well, which I've sent in later. Next is the D3, which Mrs. Pratt will send in later, or if she isn't able to do so, I will send in an IELTS writing task 1, table, chart, pie chart, anything. So, or a math problem related to healthcare or medicine, so that we can do for the DE3. And the main work is also the compact versus the spongy bone. And that wraps up the end of my daily edition 1. Thank you for listening to my video, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye!